you remember when God was getting ready to liberate Israel? The Bible said he sent an angel. He said, go to the backside of the mountain. And the angel said, what should I do? He said, enter that bush and begin to burn. And the Bible says an angel came from heaven, looked for a bush, entered the bush, and the angel set himself on fire. The angel began to burn. Are you hearing me now? The angels were burning, and Moses, he turned aside. He saw the bush burning. But what made Moses to be bewildered was not the fact that the bush was burning. He said the bush was burning, but it was not consumed. Hey, the riddle here, I said the riddle here is not the fact that the bush was burning, because any bush can burn. Any bush can burn. This is not the first time that Moses will see a bush burning, but the bush was burning. But there was something about the bush. It was burning, but it was not consumed. Hey, many times we sing the song, you are the Lord, you are the Lord. You are the eyes I used to see. You are the key that opens the door. You are the honor of my soul. You are the bush that burneth and is not consumed. I wish to God you understood the meaning of that song. Whenever we sing the song, you thought you were telling him that he is the bush that burneth and is not consumed. God says, no, I am not the bush that is burning and is not consumed, because the Bible says our God is a consuming fire. Anywhere he enters, he consumes it. So how come the bush was burning? I feel power. My God, I feel power. I feel power. Listen to me. When you are singing that song, do you know what you are saying? Because God was telling a riddle. What was the riddle? The picture of the angel burning in the bush and was not being consumed was a riddle. A picture of Israel that was in Egypt, although they were being afflicted. The Bible says in Exodus chapter 1 and 12, he said the more they afflicted them, the more they grew. The fire was sent to consume them. But the Bible says the bush were burning, they were not consumed. That was a picture of Israel in Egypt. They were on fire. They were in the furnace of affliction. They were in the furnace of affliction, but they didn't consume. In the midst of affliction, they were growing. They were being enlarged. They became stronger. They became wiser. In the midst of the fire, they began to grow. It was in the midst of the fire they encountered God. In the midst of the fire, they learned to pray. In the midst of the fire, they learned to worship. In the midst of the fire, somebody say, Lord. Somebody say, Lord, I give you glory for the fire that made me a prayer warrior. I give God glory for the fire that made me live holy. I give God glory for the fire that made me righteous. I give God glory for the fire. For the fire. For the fire. Somebody here, through the past year, you've been through the fire. You've been through hell. You've been through high water. I am here to tell you, it is a great sight that you are not consumed. It is a great sight you are still well in your right mind. It's a great sight you are still alive. It is a great sight that you are not suicidal. It's a great sight you didn't die last year. It's a great sight you woke up this morning. Say it's a great sight. Moses, with jaw dropping, he said, let me turn and behold this great sight. If some of you open your mouth now to tell what you are going through, folk will look at you. You mean you? How on earth did you come out of that? How on earth did you manage to raise 3 children in America, yet you didn't have a husband? How on earth have you been surviving for the past year with the income you are earning? You are earning minimum wage, but yet you have food to eat. You got clothes on your back. You got no credit, but you are paying your bills. How on earth? High five your neighbor. Say, neighbor, this is a great sight. You are still alive. It's a great sight. Highlights a great sight. Say, neighbor, I am the bush that burneth and is not consumed. Say, neighbor, look for someone who agrees. Say, I see a bush that is burning. I see a bush going through hell and high water, but it's not consumed. I see a bush, the devil trying to consume you, but you are not consumed. Hey! 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 Lift your hand. I am not consumed. I am not consumed. I am not consumed. It's a great sight. The devil don't like this. The devil don't like this. He thought by now you should have been all shriveled up like a dry old shrimp, but rather than shriveling up, you are standing square, head high. Are you hearing me now? You look good even though you went through hell. Are you hearing me now? Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you don't look like what you're going through. You don't look like what you're going through. You don't look like what you're going through.